I'm Master Ken, here to help you work out during your quarantine. I have a rough outline of what I'm going to do today. It's going to be a short, intense workout without a meticulous plan. I don't like to plan things. You know why? Look at what's going on in the world. I had a calendar that was full of curriculum and live appearances, private lessons, and everything out the window. But in a way, that's like a self-defense encounter, as Benjamin Franklin famously said. Way back when he was in Europe inventing the stopwatch, he said, everybody's got a plan until they get hit. Wise man. A big brawler, the Benjamin. He lost a lot of teeth. Social distance self-defense is what we're working on today. A couple different stages of it, okay? See Bob over there, he's got his mask on, which to me is a sign that he might have the C word. I can't say it because Facebook will get all bullshit on me. And so I know one thing, I want him to stay 6 feet or more away from me. So if I see him as a threat, there's a couple different things I can do. You have different stages of combat, okay? Based on the distance. There's far, 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 near, and then near. What we're gonna do is work on what to do in each stage. Let's start with far, far. If you see somebody far, but they're starting to get close to you and you want them to stay away from you, one thing I recommend is called verbal sparring. It could also be called verbal assault. I prefer to call it verbal defense, just if you're talking to a lawyer. Don't say you verbally assaulted somebody. Say you verbally defended somebody from yourself. Bob is walking up to me and I just think of an attack and I just say oblique kick to the shin, front kick to the face. He didn't get any closer. You can think up any attack you want. He comes close to you and you just yell, kill face! I find that if someone is getting in my space and I yell that at them, they don't get any closer. That's level 1. Level 2 would be throwing, because you can still do that and maintain your 6-foot distance. Say I'm wearing a flip-flop and I see him and I don't like the looks of him, he's getting a little close to me, I just, okay? You can do that whether they know they're getting too close or not. I recommend you do it to people who don't know that they're getting too close to you, because then they're not going to block it. So I recommend that technique for people who are just, maybe you're shopping, or so you're getting groceries, you're in the frozen food section, and somebody's just sort of meandering close to you, and you can just pick it up too, and just be like, just hit them with it, even if they don't know. Pizza box, very inconspicuous. If you just carry, Dion's didn't pay me to do this, by the way, even though they should. They just happen to have delicious pizza, which I ate by myself last night, which caused some plumbing issues in my dojo. You can inconspicuously carry a pizza box almost anywhere. As soon as they get too close, right in the face. If they cross into from far, or near far, boom. That's another way you can let them know that they're too close. I shouldn't be able to hit him if he's at the proper distance. On that note, I even recommend carrying a tape measure. Let's get it on the right side here. I'm not European, so I don't use that metric bullshit. So this is 5 inches, or 5 feet rather. Sorry, Todd had it marked off at 5 inches for some reason. If they are too close, I can hit him with it. If they are at the proper distance, they won't get hit. See, I hit him. He's too close. You can just go around to people like that again. Shopping, if you're out running, exercising, if someone's children get too close to you, if they don't get hit, then they're at the proper distance. If not, then that's their fault. Then we get into weapons. A cane. This was given to me by a gentleman at Cane Masters. See that logo there? He didn't give me any money for this either. He just gave me a free cane, which, won't really need for another 40 years, but thanks. You're walking with your cane, someone is too close to you, just grab the bottom of it. If they're too close, then they'll get caught. If they're out of range, then everybody's happy. Now let's deal with the near far. Near far is when you're going to want to deploy medium length weapons like a sword or a stick. Let's go with the sword for now, just because I feel like the sword is a bit more useful since we are essentially in an apocalyptic time. And everybody who made fun of me and other people who train with a sword say, when are you going to use that? Well, welcome to the apocalypse. One thing that you can do with a sword is just sort of tuck it in your belt. So as he gets closer, he's the one in danger. And then if he is suddenly too close, look at that, boom, stabbed. If you don't wear a belt, if you tend to be more of a jorts or spandex type person, this is a little more advanced. but just sort of tuck it right between your upper thighs. And just sort of walk with it, sort of have it between your legs. You can walk fairly normally, like this. You gotta have strong upper thighs. If you have a Thigh Master, the Suzanne Summers, the squeezy thing, I recommend using that, or just practice by carrying a couple of oranges just right under your scrotum. But again, somebody's getting too close. There. He's in my space, he's violating the social distance rule. Sword to the groin. Very effective. If you don't want to risk actually piercing somebody's groin or their bladder or anything, which can be very messy, you can use a stick. Just really tuck it up in there, just sort of walk around with a stick in your upper thighs, and as soon as they get too close, say, hey buddy, back off, 6 feet, get out of my space. Those are just some things you can say to discourage people from getting too close to you. So we're gonna get into some close quarter stuff now. Just checking your questions here, making sure everybody understands. Yes, Theodore, some swords are longer than others. It depends on a variety of factors. For instance, if it's cold out, some metals will contract. You know, when metal heats up. I mean, if anyone's ever seen or known a blacksmith, you know, you heat up metal and but if you get it cold, you know, it's stiff, but it's shorter. These are just things that I know about blacksmithing. Let's talk about what we're going to do if they get too close to us. They actually get not far, 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 near, far. Now they are near or near, near. Let's bring Bob up here. Let's say that Bob has gotten into the near or even the near, near fighting range. Number one, I would recommend protecting yourself from, again, catching the you-know-what that he might have because he's got the mask. So one of the only effective ways to guarantee that, if you don't have a really strong immune system like I do, I'm not personally that worried about it because I have a very strong immune system. But for people like you, the only way to guarantee that you're not going to get it is to protect your eyes and your mouth and your nose. Pinch your nose, close your mouth, and close your eyes. And just sort of sway it where you think he is. See how effective that is? That's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is begin to use his mask against him. Somebody comes right up to you and just starts talking at you like they know you, like you want to talk to them during a quarantine and you don't want to, and you're worried about them passing an infection onto you. You just say, oh, that's a very nice mask. Right up over the eyes, right in the face. You can also grab the bottom of it to say, oh yes, I'm very interested in talking to you during this worldwide crisis. Right over the face, boom. You can also grab it and yank it down, attack the neck. Oh yes, I'm having trouble finding toilet paper as well. Even pull into a headbutt. Boom. You can choke them with it. Again, just making small talk. Oh yes, I missed the farmer's market as well. Choke. Pull right in. See that? See I'm wrapping underneath here? Pulling and choking, and then you can use an inverted knuckle here. Strike the face, punch him in the ear. Tell you, anyone who's ever been punched in the ear knows you don't want to get punched in the ear. Right in the ear. That'll discourage you. The final thing you can do is if you have access to some sort of shield. I think it's good to have a shield. You see that a lot of cashiers have big glass or plastic shields now between us and them when we're doing transactions. I don't have anything see-through, but most of you who work out have access to a dojo, or maybe you own a dojo. Just have a puzzle mat around. Just walk around like this. Somebody just walks up to you and you can be like, can I help you? Can you mind stepping back a little bit before you give me the C word, the C19? And then if they don't do it, you warn them from the other side of your safety barrier. That's some basic instruction. I'm going to be doing some more videos on how to defend yourself in this social distancing, how to train in quarantine. So keep watching my videos, keep training, even if you can't train in your dojo, keep training at home for two reasons. Number one, before you know it, this thing, in a couple, 3 months, you don't want to come out looking like you haven't trained and then you've just been eating cookies or whatever. You don't want to come out like a sumo wrestler. But you also want to train in case society crumbles. Because anyone who's ever seen a post-apocalyptic movie knows that only the strongest survive. So I would be working on gathering canned goods and sharpening your swords and everything. And I want to thank Century for connecting me with their audience so that I can help teach you and keep you safe. Remember, always restomp that groin. Thanks for watching our video. Remember, you can order your own personalized video message from me, Master Ken, by going to Cameo. So whether it's a happy birthday, or you want me to tell you, or your instructor, why your martial art is total bullshit, go to Cameo and order your video message today. And remember, always restomp that groin.